impacts of the tariffs?
Look, the job market is resilient. And, we ended last year and came into this year with a strong labor market, cooling, but still strong. And so I think that's good news considering all the uncertainty that is ahead here. An unemployment rate of 4.2%, that is near historic lows. You look under the hood here, you can see healthcare hiring a lot. You can see warehouses hiring. I wonder why. Because companies have been pulling forward a lot of their purchases of goods before tariffs. And then you look in also in these numbers, then federal workers, you see 9,000 federal workers lost jobs. This year, about 26,000. That's probably an undercount. And here's why. The government, even in this notice, says if you're sort of furloughed or you're still getting a paycheck, you're still counted as employed. So a lot of these people with buyouts are just not in these numbers yet. So this is a solid position to start from with a lot of tariff uncertainty happening right now.
Yamiche, what's the framing from the White House on these numbers?
Well, the White House is really looking at these numbers and saying that they're a boom for the economy, even if they are lower than last month, but they are higher than expected. So this is really a White House that is trying its best to come up with good messaging when it comes to the economy, given the fact that there's so much fear of a recession because of President Trump's tariff plans, as chaotic as they may be, as well as, of course, his escalating trade war with countries like China. So the White House is looking at these numbers and saying this is evidence that President Trump is doing the right thing. It's still, of course, a big question sort of what the future of this economic plan is going to be and what the consequences of the president's policies are going to be.
Neil, the next jobs report will really be the first one that's surveying the landscape after the Trump tariffs. Can this hiring pace be sustained?
Maybe for a while, but the truth is the U.S. economy is a slow-moving tanker ship. These things don't turn on a dime. If you're an employer, Liberation Day, the tariffs were announced on April 2nd. The reference week for this data we got today is basically the second week of April. But it's not as if you're going to fire a bunch of people just because of an announcement. It's not like you're going to suspend hiring. And, the question is May soon enough for those effects to start to take place? Might be May, might be more of a summer story. Again, slow moving things. And for the administration, you have the situation where anytime a good number comes out, they want to say this is the Trump economy. Anytime a bad number comes out, like this GDP number earlier in the week, it's all the Biden economy. So there is some kind of cherry picking going on in reading and parsing this data as it comes in.
Spin, spin, spin.